Hey guys, welcome back to Astral Diaries. Just another video with no intention of making a video, but there's a reason why I want to do this video, because I'll explain to you guys here in a minute. So it has to do with accessing a deceased relative. This was the second one that I kind of promised I was going to talk about on the first one, but I kind of got sidetracked and I just stuck to that, which was my father. So I kind of stuck to that, and then I was already over 11 minutes or so in it, so I decided not to do it. So I want to do it on this one, and the reason I want to do it is because I want to access this deceased relative again. That's kind of my target lately, and I'll tell you guys why. But before I get there, I kind of want to get one thing out of the way, because I know there's this talks about, difference between astral projection, OBE, and different levels. If you've listened to my videos, I've said it over and over again. I go through that vibration, paralysis, and separation sensation. I can't really tell you if it's sleep paralysis or not. It's a combination of things. When I feel that, I roll out. I hit the floor and I'm out. That's usually successful. And if you've watched my channel, I've done a couple recently where it doesn't go smooth, I either tried 3 times, or one time I was kind of stuck by the side of the bed, or like as soon as I was out, my vision went black, and then I shoved myself through where the window was. Another time, I thought I made it out, but I forgot what I did. So the point is that, that is how I do it, but it doesn't go smooth all the time. When it does, when I get that sensation, I roll out, I hit the floor, I'm out, and then I usually do a test. I run my hand through the window. That's one, and then the other one is on the way down. I kind of float through the stairs, because I have stairs, and then that's usually when I catch myself. So as far as this deceased relative access, and I also wanted to say that even somebody like me have access to at least 2 people. I made a point in an earlier video where my boy D, I call him Darius, Wright, he always talks about his Uncle Bob. I'm like, what if, it'd be nice if you shared some other ones. And so, I have access to, honestly, if I had more control over this, I would probably access a lot more. But so my father was the most important one, because that's what got me into this. That's what kind of really pulled me back into this after putting this stuff off for like years. So that was the first one. I've accessed him multiple times. I made a separate video about it. I can put that in the descriptions. I've seen him, I've talked to him, so you can watch that if you want. But before I forget, so there are those who say that this environment is very thought response, and you can just create anything you want, and then it kind of makes you wonder, well, did I just created the deceased relatives? What about that? And before I forget, I want to let you guys know that this person that I accessed, since then I've tried to access her 2 or 3 more times, and she has not showed up. So there goes your whole manifesting. If this was a manifestation, I could have created her anytime. And I've tried. I did a video where I had an interview with a soul, and I mentioned to you guys before that I asked for a relative. This is the relatives I'm talking about. I'll put that in the description too. She didn't show, and then I went on and tried to interview other people. And then another time I tried to astral project from a cruise ship, believe it or not, something that I don't think anyone else has tried or at least talked about it. And then as soon as I landed on the ground, the first night, I was able to project. And then during that one, and sometime during that projection, I try to access the same person too. So having said all that, let's kind of jump in. So this is a relative that we lost. Actually, she was no time, of her going. She was in her early 40s, like way early, And the way she went, it was a mystery. We don't really know exactly what happened to her. So after successfully accessing my father and talking to her a couple times, I made it my goal to reach her. That was my goal over a couple nights. My goal was to try to reach her before I would go to bed. That was my goal. And then I want to say after like 3 nights or so, I was able to find her, and I'll tell you guys how I did it. So pay attention to what you're seeing. See these roads, these trees? This is all plays in. So like I told you guys, when I leave, and then look at the SUV that's gonna come, okay? That's gonna make sense here in a minute. This SUV, there's a person in it. See, there's a person inside the SUV. That's gonna play a role in what I'm about to tell you guys. So I did my signature exit. I find myself in separation state, rolled out, and one of my favorite things lately has been, I guess I kind of got sick of flying through windows. I was like, how cool would it be to just walk right on my front door? So I did that the first time. It was really cool. And then I did it during this experience too. So I got at least 2-3 stairs to get to my front door. So I rolled out, hit the ground, went through the stairs, opened the door, the clicking sound of the door, and the door opened, and I'm in a place like this, man, like this. The trees, streets, cars. Instead of like, that didn't look exactly like my immediate when you open the door. Instead it kind of looked like this. And I'm in like sidewalks, walking around, trees, and I'm also kind of like running at times. So I'm just kind of like a kid in the playground, because that's how you feel during these experiences. And at some point I kind of flew on a tree in a branch, and then it hit me. Because you know, sometimes I said in a previous video, sometimes you have the perfect plan, but then you kind of, something else takes control, you forget what the intention was. I could have easily forgot what my goal was here, which was accessing this deceased relative. So before I jump in the tree, I was looking at cars. See this car just passing? I was literally looking at the person inside it. I could see their little phone holder, and it was so crazy, so real. So before I jump in the tree, I just kind of flew in the tree, and then boom, it hit me. I'm like, okay, I need to access this relative. And here's what happened. I asked her, I called her name, and that SUV that I just showed you guys a minute ago, there's a car coming, just like this white car. Let's see this car. See this car? It was coming. Like, I was on the tree, and I see the car, and I could see who was in it. That person turned into the deceased relative, like just changed, appeared. Kind of like if you watched, I want to say it was Terminator 2, you know, that cop from the future that would just change. That's what happened. That person inside the car, upon asking for this deceased relative, changed into this deceased relative, and then she kind of like went ahead and parked just like that car is doing. I don't know if you can see it. And then I just flew towards her, and I flew towards her, and I kind of flew through the windows, and next thing I know, I was in front of her. And I'm telling you guys, I've said this in my previous video, she looked as real as this tree. Literally, I was standing in front of her. We said hi. She hugged me. We hugged. In fact, the last time I saw her, I hugged her because I saw her at like a family gathering like 2 weeks before her passing. We hugged, and I was like, what happened? What happened to you? Because it's a mystery. And she just, from looking very happy to see me, she started getting very emotional and teary. Like, just started tears coming out of her eyes. And she just kept saying one word. I'm not gonna say what the word was. I didn't understand what the word was. It started with an M. She just said this word over and over and over again. And as she was saying this word, this person was born in the late 70s. To my left, I saw like almost like slides of photos, like just like slides of photos passing. Those photos look like from the 70s, and I see like 3 men in them. 3 men. I can't make anything from them. I can't tell you who they are. I didn't recognize the people, but I saw 3 men as these photos were sliding. And I think around that time the experience ended. And then when I woke up, I remembered, I did my best to remember what she was saying. I wrote it down. I spelled it multiple ways, and I Googled the word. And you know, I couldn't really definition, based on different kind of that I spelled it, I would say one of them kind of made sense. Of course, I'm not going to disclose it here, but I didn't, it wasn't like it was just one word and I didn't know what to make of it. So that's pretty much it. And that was the second time. So here's the thing, what I'm trying to do is I want to go back. I want to access her again and maybe see if I can get more information. So that's why I want to do this video, because just last night I tried it again. I'm going to see if I can. And then part of it also is like, unless you have really good, strong intention goal, it's hard to exit, at least for me. So it's been a while since that experience, and I want to like maybe hopefully access her again and maybe get more information out of her, because it's still a mystery as far as what happened to her. So that's it, guys. Please like, share, subscribe if you want to support this channel, this work. I've said it in my previous videos. Now there's that little buy me coffee option if you guys want to support that channel in that way. But that's it for now. Thank you.